Hello internet. This is a follow-on video from my Generation Toy versus Jinbao Devastator review. I'll put the link in the description below for any of those that haven't seen that. So I'm not going to go over all the differences between the two. This is basically just to talk about the add-on kit. As you can see, I already had the Generation Toy one. That's featured in the previous video. But I'm just going to go over a couple of the bits and pieces now that I've applied it to this one. I just had to turn the indoor lights on, so you might see a bit of a change in the colour. Actually, now I've turned the light on, you might be able to see a bit of the difference in the colour between the two a bit more clearly. I mentioned that in the previous video. I think with the artificial lights on, you can perhaps tell a bit more clearly the colour difference. But anyway, let me go on about the add-on kit. So you get the two hand drill things. Interestingly, there's a kind of completely different working mechanism for these. On the actual official versions, they're battery powered, but these come with a little drawstring thing. If you bear with me a second. Well, yeah, okay. There's a drawstring thing there. It works like Woody from Toy Story. You let go of the drawstring and it makes the drill spin. It's a bit clunky to try and work it out. I'll try and do a bit more of that. With regards to any of the other bits. So yes, you do get the head. Obviously this time it's slightly different in terms of how it works. There's a button on the front. On the Generation Toy one, the button's on the rear. The other strange thing is that where the Jinbao, the normal head, actually came with an LED with it, which I don't know, operated through the button on the front. Basically, they make you take the electronics out of this one and put it in the new one, which is fine, I guess. You also get this bit, which is a replacement for the right leg. And then this whole waist bit. Now, reading the instructions, it's all obviously in Chinese. Using a translator, what it basically says is this one is basically identical. If you've purchased it, it says basically July 9. It says the 19th of April, I think. I don't know if that means April 2019 or the 20th of April 2019. I don't know. There is a more of a so basically for me there was no difference in this. It was absolutely identical. This one, there is a bit of a difference now. So this is the old one. I'll try and sort of show you if I rotate it. So you can hear it's proper ratcheted. The new one is a bit more of a sort of subtle swivel. It's a pain to sort of rotate it. Let me see if I can give it a go. Well, you can hear it's not clicking. It's a bit more of a sort of smooth rotation. Okay. One thing I should sort of point out, during the previous video I was talking about how this arm basically wasn't holding up like this at all, and that was because it was actually sort of missing one of the little things that kind of make the ratchet work, kind of thing. Now I got this from Shozi store, wrote to them, showed them the problem, and they basically got it sorted out, and they sent me this spare little grey bits that make that ratchet thing work. So as you can see, that's sorted. In a previous video as well, when I gave this guy a prod, the knee gave way. Now, I've actually had this one to bits, and although there wasn't anything missing, when I reassembled it, it seems to be fine. So I can only think there's a bit of a quality control problem where, again, they have these little grey nubbins that rub up against the sort of swiveling joint to create friction. So I can only think that had just come loose and that was causing a big problem. So in terms of stability, which I think is going to be a lot of people's questions between the two, they're kind of pretty much on a par now. One thing I would say is that because of the weight of these drill things, let me see if I can get this working actually. Just 2 seconds. Got this. Right, check it out. So that is, it's going to want to fall off. And there it goes. Maybe that's a feature. Don't know. But as you can see, I mean, it can't really cope with the weight of that. The gun seems to be okay. It can put up with that. But generally speaking, it seems to be a lot more stable, courtesy of the add-on kit. Yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit on the floppy side, but by and large, it's all right. Yeah, this arm, maybe it needs a little bit of help in terms of stability. I mean, what I've just done there is really kind of a good illustration of the state of the thing as a whole. But that aside, I think it doesn't matter that it's not battery powered, those drill things, they're just going to be sitting there motionless. The paint quality on those is actually pretty good. I think the bigger one kind of wins out. I'm going to have an issue because with my collection, that space you see there is where the current generation toy one sits. I'm going to have to kind of make that shelf a bit bigger. So you can see there really is quite a difference between the two. All right, so the generation toy comes up at about, let's say 40, if you would allow 45 centimeters for clearance. And this guy, well, if you said you'd probably need about 55, 56 centimeters for clearance on that one. So there we are. Apologies for the lack of professionalism in the video. Thanks for putting up with it. Yeah, once again, just a shout out to Showz store because this actually got lost. The add-on kit actually got lost in the post on the on the way. So contacted Showz store. They just sent another one out pronto. So that was all good. So any questions, feel free to post in the comments. Yeah, thanks very much. Good luck.